Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful and blessed evening. I want to apologize that we're starting late. I have a bit of a cold, and also the computer technology started to play up. What can we do? We are here now. I'm really sorry that we're starting late. It's now 7:15, and we'll still roll for 1 hour. Thank you for those that have joined already. Thank you to all my viewers. Thank you to all my loved ones. God bless you. This is 1 hour Monday live, showing on YouTube and Facebook with no other but your favorite girl, Lady Edith Adebayo. I'm in the studios of Christ the Rock International Ministries, all the way in Kent, Gillingham to be precise, in the United Kingdom. Thank you for tuning in, Eki Elaho. You're welcome to today's program. I can see 5 people are watching. Thank you. I'd like to start by saying I give all the glory to God Almighty, our Heavenly Father, the one who sees us through, the one who is there for us on a daily basis. I want to just praise and thank God for all He has done, for all He is doing, and for all He will do. I owe everything I have, everything I am, and everything that I'm still going to be to the Lord God Almighty. And I dedicate 1 hour Monday and 2 minutes Sunday to the hands of the Most High God. And I just say this evening, Father Lord, take control of tonight's edition, tonight's episode. Whatever we do here, let it be blessed. Let people learn. It's not for show, it's not for fancy, it's not for fame, but it's to bring inspiration, motivation, and encouragement to everyone that hears the sound of my voice. Dr. Efeomo David is live with me here. Thank you for joining 1 hour Monday. So today, what are we talking about? So I'll just briefly recap what I said last month. 1 hour Monday is actually about the rundown of 2 minutes Sunday for the last month. So in the month of January, it was all about resolutions and putting systems in place for you to make your goals that you have set for yourself a reality, and discipline. We did talk on the first edition of 1 hour Monday about this, remember? So Idowu Balogun, welcome to 1 hour Monday. I really appreciate you. Thank you for joining. So like I said before, I'm going to please just refer you again once more. It's not something that is done, it's not a spiritual program. It's a program for everybody. What I mean by spiritual, it's for us to gain something that will help us, motivate us, encourage us, inspire us to be better people than we are. And like I said before, I'm going to quickly read from the best book in the world, the Bible, what 1 hour Monday and 2 minutes Sunday is about. And it's from Proverbs chapter 1. Their purpose, I'm reading from verse 2, please. Their purpose is to teach wisdom, is to teach people wisdom and discipline, to help them understand the insights of the wise. Their purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. So basically, that's what 1 hour Monday is. It's just about trying to get tips. Excuse me. Trying to get tips and knowledge, wisdom, insights, a new way of thinking, or to add on what you have before to make you, me, all of us better people. Timmy O, good evening from Nigeria. Thank you for joining 1 hour Monday. You're welcome to the program. So that's just the whole idea behind 1 hour Monday and 2 minutes Sunday. It's for us to have nuggets, wisdom nuggets, tips. Build on what you know before, or add new knowledge to what you know before. So it's for everybody. And I try and bring topics that I feel will benefit everyone, including myself. And I'm going to say that for me, what I want to talk about is just some things that happened to me recently. And it's just about all these things we've been talking in January about goal setting, resolution, putting systems in place and doing things differently by being disciplined. Adebukola Bobojama. Good evening. Good job, sis. Love from Abuja. Thank you, darling. That's my darling sister, Buki. Welcome to the program. So I've been looking at my life, and I believe that in your life you know yourself best. I mean, people who see you, they also know one or two things about you. There's this thing called the Johari window that I learned when I was in university, and basically, for those that don't know about the Johari window, it has 4 squares, and one of the squares is actually, the all squares are yourself. But one of the squares is actually things that you know about yourself that no one else knows about yourself. And the other square is things that you know about yourself and other people know about you. And the third square is things that you know about yourself. Things that other people know about you, but you don't know about yourself. And the last square is what you don't know about yourself and other people don't know about yourself. So I was looking at Johari window, looking at my life, and I was saying, okay, the things I know about myself, what can I do? How can I be a better person? How can I change? Based on what we talked about in January, resolutions and goal setting and being disciplined. And I realized that I'm not a very patient person, especially when it comes to service. So, when you are now believing God that you want God to teach you, show you how to be patient. And I was determined to change the way I am and the way I see things. And in that space of time, a few things happened to me. So one of it is that I actually went to an eatery, and there was this long queue in the eatery, and there were 7 burgers, and I wanted to just buy burger and ice cream, what is not even going to be £5. And I didn't believe that I had to wait for such a long time. And the normal me, I would get so worked up, so angry. Why are you wasting time? This shop, they should have people, they should get more staff. Why is there only one person serving 20 people on the queue? But that day, I just found out that I was patient, and I had to be disciplined. I had to be disciplined to be patient, to calm down, to actually relax and not be the way I would normally be and walk up and get angry. And when it finally got to my turn, I actually said to the person serving behind the till that I hope you've had something to drink. I hope you've actually taken some break. It's like, it's you all evening serving everybody. I hope you're fine. And he said to me, you know what? No one has even asked me that all day. He said, we've all been trying to get, staff to join, but people are sick and, we've not been able to get anyone, and it's been so busy. For once, I changed the way I look at things. So what I'm going to say is that we'll be talking about resolution. Little things like that can be your resolution. Just to change little things that you would normally do. And I was able to build on that. And I tell you what, it opened doors for me. The way I will see people, the way, even in my work, I'm trying not to focus on the task anymore. I'm trying to focus on people, because people are first people before they can come to work. Try and know my colleagues, maybe the name of their child, or know about a problem they are going through, or give someone a smile, a pat on the back, or a word of encouragement. I'd like to welcome Mommy Elizabeth Ehimola to the show, and Udo Ugoriji. Thank you very much for joining 1 hour Monday this evening. So what I'm trying to say is that in January I've been working on myself. I've been working on my patience, and similarly I also went to see my nurse in my GP surgery, and you won't believe it, this nurse was actually on the phone. She was on the phone, she was talking, and imagine I'm a client, I'm a service user, waiting for her to, I went there for an appointment, and she was on the phone. She didn't make any eye contact to say, I'm sorry, I've not, or acknowledge my presence. She just continued on the phone. And what I could hear her say was, has he eaten? Are they going to give him a bath? When are they coming to check him again? And I'm wondering, this woman is actually talking about food when a patient is sitting in front of her. But I remember that I said that I want to be disciplined. I have a resolution to be a better person in 2018. My character needs to change. I can't be the same Edith I've been every year. I have to be different. I have to grow, because my age is growing. So I calmed down. I reminded myself that, I'm putting systems in place to calm down. And one of my systems is to take a deep breath and rethink what I'm going through, and think about the fact that there might be something else going on. And all of a sudden she left the phone and she said, oh, I'm really sorry, that was my daughter, her son, my grandson is dying, is in the hospice, and you know, I had to talk to my daughter. I was asking if they were going to give him any food and what the plan. They actually told us he was going to die a few hours ago, but he's still alive. My God, I would have felt so embarrassed and so bad and so disappointed in myself if I had, you know, just blotted out and started shouting that, you know, you should have, you know, and I calmed down. So my dear listeners, my viewers, my loved ones, I'm telling you, it's working for me. My own resolution is to be a better person. So I mentioned it last month that my resolution is to be more, do more, and have more. Welcome Shongo Wale Adebayo, all the way from Maryland in America. I'm sure all of you, if you don't know Shongo, the tallest man in Africa, welcome to the show. Thank you. Mr. Konkolo, welcome. Another wonderful hour of learning. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mr. Konkolo, for joining 1 Hour Monday. You are very welcome to the show. And Efiomo Davis saying she's blessed already. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you for your support and your love. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we're looking at goals and resolutions and discipline, and we're looking at big things like, you know, maybe weight loss and saving, buying a house. They're also very good goals. But character is very, very important, your personality. I was talking to my husband and we're saying that, you know, when you are already an adult, you formed some bad habits and, you know, sometimes it's difficult to change. But for me, I believe you can change with God on your side. And the strategies I'm putting to change is something I learned from the Bible, where the Bible says that we should not just be hearers of the word, but we should be doers of the word. I don't want to be a Christian that comes to church because I want to wear my new dress on Sunday, hear my pastor preach, talk to other brethren, and go back, keep my Bible, and come back next Sunday and do it all over again. I want the words I hear in church to impact my life. Similarly, I belong to different groups on social media. Like I always say, the one I love the most is my House of Laughs group. And already there are so many of them online tonight. My Old School Girls group, Women of Faith group, Kingdom Seekers group, my CTRIM family group. And I want to be able to speak and someone hears and be blessed. You know, these people in these groups, they have taught me a lot of lessons. I've learned not to judge people, and I've learned that there's always more to what you see and more to what you know. So when you see something or you hear something, you know, in a group, for example, or in your place of work or in your church, there's always more to that story and more to it. So like me, recently I became a team leader in my job, and there's some privileged information that I know about someone on the team that somebody else on the team don't know about, and they might sort of feel bad that, oh, it might look like I'm giving that person preferential treatment. That's just because I know something that somebody else doesn't know. So I'm just trying to say today that I'm encouraging us to look at our goals, look at our resolutions, look at the discipline that we talked about, and look about putting systems in place about every aspect of your life, including your roles, what you do as a mother, as a wife, or as a husband, as a father, as a brother, as a child, you know, as a friend. When people tell you things and you hear things, what do you do about those things? What is life like for you? You know, what do you really, 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 really want out of your life? So, like, you know, you can call in and contribute. We have a call coming in already. Hello, caller. I think I missed it. Sorry, I don't know how to work the phone properly. Producer, help. So please call in and tell me what changes you have made in your life, or anything, you know, based on what we discussed in 1 Hour Monday throughout the month of January. Are there things that you have done and changed? Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show. Who is speaking, please?
Good evening. It's Mommy Edith.
Oh, hello. Good evening, Mommy Edith. How are you? I'm fine, ma. Thank you for calling.
Well done, more grace.
Thank
you. I feel motivated listening to you. You're doing an amazing job for us.
Thank you very much, ma.
Okay, God bless you.
Thank you.
And may His grace and favor keep you going for as long as possible.
Amen.
All right?
Amen. Thank you, ma.
Take care, my darling daughter. God bless
Thank you.
you.
I really appreciate you, Mom. God bless you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, ma. Bye. That's my mom. Her name is also Edith. Lovely, lovely woman who's been a blessing to me and who I've learned a few skills from. I will be sharing in the course of the year. Thank you, Mommy, for calling. I would like to say also that in the January edition of 1 Hour Monday, we promised the first caller a gift. Mrs. Bola Pokuola was the first caller, and we have delivered a hamper as promised. She got a hamper, and she has acknowledged receipt of a hamper. So we do fulfill our promises. Tonight, there is no hamper, there is no giveaway, but we are taking your calls. The number is on the screen. Please call 07523 815 300. Please call to comment, to contribute, to ask questions, whatever it is, to give a shout out. Please do call. So we're already in the month of February, although we are talking about what we discussed in 2 Minute Sunday in January in this edition. Just to say that we've started 2 Minute Sunday last Sunday talking about love. As you all know, February is the month of love. So please join me the first Monday of March. We're going to be talking about love. And what we said last Sunday was that you can love yourself, love God, love a person, or love a thing, or love something. So a thing could be an actual thing, like you love your car, or love doing something like you love going on holidays. So we're going to be expanding more on that in the course of the month, of the weeks of February. So I'm expecting people to call me or contribute. You can ask questions. Let's go to Facebook and let's see if there's anything happening on Facebook. Nothing yet on Facebook. Okay, so let's talk about discipline. I believe that many people, it's the easiest part of resolution and goal setting is actually to make the goal, to actually write it down, to actually decide that this year this is what I want for my life. But the difficult part is to carry through. And the reason, one of the reasons, there are many reasons, but one of the reasons why this does not work is because we are not disciplined people, some of us. I'm not saying everybody, I'm not here to judge anybody, but discipline is very, very, very important. Like me, I can easily get carried away, so I have to caution myself and realize that, I have to be disciplined. So there's this thing that someone sent to me about saving. It's been going around in social media. I don't know how many people has seen it, whereby you actually start saving every month. You put some, this one is not what you do with other people, you do it yourself, so it requires discipline. You put some money aside to your savings account every month, and it actually tells you, the actual thing tells you what to do. So for example, you start small, and as the months go by, every month you put another amount. So I don't know if this is actually visible to the camera. My producer is not here. I can send it to people if you want to see. So basically, like in January, you put £35 into your savings account, and the aim is that at the end of the year you want to save £1,500. So you can tweak this however you like. You can make it £1,000 at the end of the year, or if you live in Nigeria, £1 million naira. You live in the US, $1,500, whatever suits you. So you start small and you build up. So for mine that I made myself, based on the one I saw from somebody else, you actually deposit £35 in your savings in January, and then 45 in February, 75 in March, 95 in April, and like that. And if you continue doing that, if you follow the actual plan to deposit that set amount in your savings, the whole idea is that by the 12th month of the year, December, you would have saved £1,500. If you want me to help you do one like this to suit your currency and to suit your situation, you say to me, Edith, I want to save 100,000 naira at the end of the year. I can do one to you. Send me a message on my number. My number is 07799 684 973 on WhatsApp, or put your message here on YouTube and I will get back to you and I'll do a personal one for you if savings is your goal. But the point I'm trying to make as well is that you need to be disciplined. So everybody will put that money in January, February, March. By April, you know, something will happen, something will come up. You might not be able to put the money, and then you lose focus, you lose discipline, and at the end of the day, you will not achieve your goal. So that's why you have to put systems in place. What is your backup plan? What will happen if you're saving and you've planned to save 1,500 and something happens in your life? Say your landlord gives you a quick notice to leave your house. What is your backup plan? This is why we need a savings. So if we had saved last year, we will have something to fall back on. So for me, one of my things I'm looking at this year as well is savings. I'm not the person that has savings, so I don't have an emergency fund. And I think at my age, I should begin to look at investments, savings, and things like that for me to grow and become a better person at the end of 2019. So I'm really looking at savings. I'm still waiting for someone to call. Someone call me. Don't leave me lonely in the studio. Someone call me. If you don't call me, I'm going to start calling people. Who can I call? Let me see. S.A. John, hello sis, good job. Thank you, my darling twins mom. How are you today? Yes, we are here. We are doing 1 hour Monday. We are talking about goal setting, resolutions, discipline, and putting systems in place. Have you made any resolution this year? What systems have you made in place? Would you like to share with us and let us learn from you? The whole idea is to learn. Remember, water does not give itself water to quench its own thirst. Neither does the sun shine to sort of put light on its own self. It does it for other people. So we are here to help one another and to learn. Let me see if I can call. Who can I call? I'm going to call our first caller from...
Madam.
Hello, Mrs. Popola. You are live for 1 hour Monday.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yes, that was the surprise.
Yes. Can you just confirm that you received your prize?
Yes, I did. It was lovely.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
So that's the lady who won the hamper. So she's confirmed she received that prize. My darling sister, Noye Eribo, beautiful sister. Well done, sis. She says, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining 1 hour Monday. Like we were saying before, the month of February is the month of love. And you know, I like love. I like talking about things like that. And in conjunction with Christ the Rock International Ministries, we do have a program that we actually do quite regularly for couples and for singles. And the next one is coming to fall in line with our Valentine's Day, which is February 14th. But February 14th is a working day, like you all know. So we are doing it on the Saturday following, which is February 16th. Simply put, what do men want and what do women want in marriage? So if you want to hear more, please feel free to join us. It's a free event. There will be dinner, there will be music, there will be dance, there will be games, there will be talk. And I tell you, come dressed elegantly and come and have fun. You can come single or with your spouse or with your spouse to be. to Christ the Rock International Ministries, 129 Trafalgar Street, Gillingham, ME7 4RP. February the 16th of February is a Saturday, 4 p.m. Thank you. Usi Ifoma is asking me a question. Welcome to the show, Usi Ifoma. How can a person save when he or she has little or no funds to cater for his or her family? Thank you for asking that question. I want to welcome Brother Larry Oyibo to the program. Uncle Luke, I see you. Welcome to the program. Great program. Keep it up, he says. Thank you very much. So, before I answer that question that my sister Usi is asking, Mrs. Balogu is saying, I put aside what I call free cash inside a tin. It's thrown at one corner of my house. I get my son to record it and he counts it, and my daughter witnesses to confirm the amount. Do you understand that? So my son actually does that. Sometimes here in England, in the pound shop, you get all these like tins that you can save money, or Coca-Cola bottle and has a thing on top. And you just, you know, put money. So Mrs. Balogun did that, and she said that they counted 180,230 naira last year. And this year they started again. So imagine free money. You come back from work, you have £2.50 in your purse, you have 50p, you have £1, you have £5, you just throw it into this tin. You take your eyes and your heart away from it. You don't even, you know, think about it. And at the end of the year, you open this tin and you see that you have saved a substantial amount that can do something for you. So for someone who doesn't have enough funds to cater for his or her family, I still feel it's important to save, because I used to make that mistake. I used to feel that I'm not earning enough and I'll spend everything. And what happens is that when it comes to an emergency, I'm completely stuck. And then I have to borrow. And then I borrow. And then when I get paid, I'm paying back what I borrowed. And then I have to borrow again, because I won't be able to sustain myself till the end of the month. And when I get paid, I borrow again. So the first thing to do is to come out of that. And there are many, many ways you can do that. So first of all, you have to live, you know, in your income. Don't live above your income. Don't live like the Joneses. Don't do what other people do because you want to be like them. Don't copy your friends. Don't do what they do if you cannot afford it. So stay on your lane. Don't copy, and don't try to be like someone else. So for example, you know you don't have the money. For me, I'm no disrespect to anyone, I can only use UK as an example. We have shops, and like everything in life has levels. So we have charity shops where you can get things very cheap from 20p, 50p. We have Primark where things are reasonably cheap. And we have Next and Debenhams up to the designers like Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Calvin Klein them. For me, I can afford that. So I don't go out of my way to say I want to own a Michael Kors bag when I know that my income does not permit me to have that. So I believe it's very, very important for you to stay within your means. Don't you know, wear Ankara if you cannot wear lace. Wear something and look good. Whatever you have, make it your best. Think about yourself and make yourself happy. You know, the Bible says we should be content with what we have, and that contentment is godliness. So for someone who is not working enough or has little or no funds to cater for his or her family, you see me, please, I want you to see me if you really have no funds, and I can direct you, because one thing that we want to do this year as well is to signpost people. Here in the UK, we have what we call food banks. So if you really, really don't have food at all, we have food banks. And I'm proud to say that Christ the Rock International Ministry is a food bank. It's one of the projects we are doing this year. When people don't have food, we've been doing it before, but we're going to actually make it open to the community this year, that you can come to the church on a set day, and we'll be able to give you provisions, baked beans, kind of sweet corn, bread, eggs, milk, things like that, rice for you to take home. So for someone who doesn't have any food, if you live in the United Kingdom as well, and you know you are able to access funds, we have our social services as well, who you can go to and apply, and you'll be entitled to social funds. So for those kind of people, saving might be difficult, but it's better to put little than nothing. Even if it's 50p, you put that, and I'm sure there will be a day that you would have saved £10, and it would be nice to just buy your family and yourself something to eat that day. So going back to what Mrs. Balogun said, that worked for her. So if you want to try that, you can begin to put free money, spare cash, spare change, keep it away, and by the end of the year you'll be surprised as to how much it amounts to. Also here in the UK we have saving tips as well, like in the supermarket you can actually buy their shop stamps. So anytime you do your shopping in say Iceland, you just buy £2-3 stamp, they will give you like a little book and you can put it on that, and you know, it builds up, and when it's Christmas you have that to do your Christmas shopping and things like that. There are quite a few ways here you can save. You can go to your bank and open a savings account and set up a direct debit the day your salary comes. Before it hits you, you can save £10, £20, £50, whatever it is, to your account, your savings account. And like me, what I do with my savings is that on my mobile phone app I actually hide my savings. So it's not when I open my mobile phone app I cannot see my savings, because for me it's a temptation. When I say my savings, I want to you know, transfer to my current and spend. In my place of work, they're also doing this scheme whereby the head of our admin, she actually has this savings account. They've been doing it for 5 years, where you put money in. You are not limited to any amount, you're not limited to any time. Anytime you have any money, £10 to whatever amount you want to put, you just give her and she puts it away for you. And the last Friday in November, she actually gives you whatever you've put in the year, she actually gives it to you. But you know, these days with trust issues and stuff, you have to be careful, know the person very well. So like I said, they've been doing it for 5 years. People, you know, put £50 in January, 100 in February, 10 in March, 5 in May, 500 in August, whatever. By the last Friday of November, whatever you've put in that year, she will withdraw everything and she will give it to you. And you know, if that works for you and you have some friends that you can do that with, by all means go do that. Another money saving tip is what we Nigerians call osusu, or ajo. I think the Yorubas call it ajo and the Igbos call it osusu. So this is a scheme whereby you must do with trusted people, because you don't want someone to take your money and run. It's happened to me before. So whereby, say for example 5 of you gather and you all agree that you will put £100 a month into this pot of money. Someone will be in charge, and every month somebody will actually take the whole 500 and you will share it among yourself. So that helps in a way. If you have a big project to do in May and you need to do it by March, for example, you can say, oh, I would like to collect in March. I know people who've done it and they've actually bought a house, real life story. A husband and wife, they sacrificed for a year and they were actually doing a very large sum of money. I think it was £1,000 a month. So the salary of one of the husband and wife, you know, they decided that they're going to touch one person's salary, they're going to live on one person's salary. And by the end of the year, they had saved £10,000, and that was the deposit they used to buy their first house. So you can also speak to your bank. There's different things there, ISAs and the first-time buyers and all of that happening. Unfortunately, I don't really know much about savings in Nigeria. I only know about tips here. But if you're thinking about that, we can always find someone to educate us and teach us about what we can do, what's out there in Nigeria, and how to save in Nigeria. So we've been talking about savings and money. There are other goals and resolutions that you can make this year. Last time we also talked about weight loss for we women. That is always 24 hours thing. We're always looking to lose weight. There's lots of things. I've done a bit of research on that. And there's lots of things that, you know, you can do to lose weight. There's the apps that you can download on your phone. There's this app that is actually called Couch to 5K. And what it means is that at the end of using this app, you will be running 5K. So you start by sitting on your couch basically, and then you download the app, and then it just tells you what to do. You run and you walk, you run and you walk, and each day, I think you have to do it 3 times a week. It builds your stamina, it builds your how much you can do it. And there's loads of apps like that. There's Active 10 that encourages you to actually walk fast for 10 minutes every day or jog. And there's the Fitbit, as you all know, that encourages us to walk for 10,000 steps every single day. And apparently that keeps your heart going. We have a caller. Let's take this call. Sorry, caller, can you call back, please? Sorry about that. I was going to pick it and I cut it. Please call back. So there are many ways that you can actually watch your weight. Not only about let's take this call. Hello, caller. Welcome to 1 Hour Monday. Who is speaking, please?
Hello, this is Noye speaking. How are
Hello,
you?
Sister Noye. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. You're doing a good job. Well done.
Thank you very much.
So I was, my husband and I were listening to your program, really enjoying it, and because we had the question about saving,
Yes.
and it'd be a good idea to talk about one of the things we tried about
Okay.
2 years ago, and has really helped. We started with something called a 1 penny challenge.
1 penny challenge.
Yes, and it's 1 penny per day. So the way it works is for the first day, day 1, you save 1p. For day 2, you save 2p. Day 3, you have the 1p for that day, plus the 2p and 1p from the previous day, you save 4p. And then it continues like that till the end of the year. And I think the first time we did it, we were able to save about 600, over 600 pounds.
Wow.
Doing that. So now we've migrated and we're now doing a
£1.
£1 challenge. Yes.
Okay.
So
Sorry, sis, can you explain it again? If you use the pound, so day 1 you save £1. Day 2 you save £2.
Yes. So day 1 you save £1. Day 2 £2 a week. Okay. All right. We have like a chart we put on our fridge.
Okay.
Where we actually tick as we go. So we've broken it down into 52 weeks. Week 1, you save £1. Week 2, £2. Week 3, £3. Week 4, £4. Week 5, £5, and so on, and it goes on like that.
Okay.
Week 52, £52.
Wow.
And by the time you finish this through the year, you're saving about 1,000.
I'm gonna start. It's not too late, is it? I like that one. It's doable, isn't it?
It is, and you can hold
thank you for sharing that.
Each other accountable.
Yes.
So we take that to go along, and if you're able to do more, because then you can use that to offset any month that you feel the money is too much.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's one of the ways that we've been able to do.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. Thank you to your husband as well. Thank you for listening and watching.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you. So we are now actually in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th month of the year, 6th week of the year. So week 1 we would have saved £1, and week 2 £2, week 3 £3, week 4 £4, and that will be by week 4 we would have saved £10, and then week 5 £5, so £15. And this is the 6th week, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 pounds. So if you want to join this £1 challenge or 10p challenge or 1p challenge, however suits you, and if you live in Nigeria, 100 naira challenge, 500 naira challenge per week. I think I like this one. This one is doable. I like this one. So tomorrow I'm going to go to the pound shop and buy my tin. And I'm going to try and get £21 and put in, and every week. So the biggest amount you will save in the year for a week will be £52, and that's the last week of the year. So I think that's actually doable, because it's not too much, is it? Thank you very much for sharing, Sister Noye. Sister Sarah Amogu says, good evening, my sister. You're doing a great job. Well done. Thank you for joining the program, Sister Sarah. God bless you. So back to our weight loss challenge. We've talked about the money one, the weight loss challenge. Like I was saying, there are many things that can help you to lose weight. And it's very important. It's not only about losing weight, it's about cardiovascular risk. It's about being in good health. You can't be a slim person and still not be in good health, because we have cardiovascular risk like diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, stroke, obesity. All these things are not good for the body. So we want to start now. We want to start now to begin to look after our physical health. So taking a walk in the evening with your husband or your wife is leisure. Pushing your baby in the buggy, coming down one bus stop before your actual stop. For we that drive, parking far away from the entrance to Asda or Tesco. When you go to work, parking far away from the entrance to your workplace. Little things that will help you to maintain your physical health. It's very important. Cutting down on your food, cutting down especially on your carbohydrates. And for me, to be sincere with you, I have to be honest here, I have a very good relationship with food. I love my food. So what I've done is to reduce my food. And thank God my husband is supportive, because we are both doing this, because we are both at risk of having any cardiovascular illnesses. So normally if we eat 4 pieces of yam each, we've reduced it to 3, and then 2.5, and now 2. So we've cut down gradually the bread. We could eat between us a whole loaf of African bread. Now we only eat half between the two of us. Eggs, we've reduced our eggs. We've reduced our meat intake. We are eating more of fish in my house. We are eating more of fish. The children didn't like fish before, they like fish now. We are trying to add vegetables to every meal and fill your plate up with more vegetables, not just the carbs, you know, and fruits. Sister Betty Ashby, well done, sis. Good job. Like they say, little drops of water make a mighty ocean. It really pays to save, no matter how small it is. It's true, no matter how small it is, save. Save for that rainy day. And you don't have to wait, like we said about resolutions, you don't have to wait for a new year to start. You can start today. Even the 1 pound challenge that our sister phoned in about, you don't have to go back and pay the ones from the weeks of the year. You can start today. You can start today. You can you can do your 1 pound this week. Today is Monday. Be determined that by Friday I put my 1 pound in my little pot. And next week I'll put my 2 pounds. And the week after I'll put my 3 pounds. You can start anywhere you are. That was what we said about resolution. We don't have to wait for a new year to start to do new things in our life. You can start here now, today. And that's the best tip I've heard in a long time about savings. And I'm definitely going to do that. So back to our weight loss and keeping fit, not weight loss, keeping fit. It's very important. Also, if you find out that you're not feeling well, please don't delay. Please book an appointment to see your GP. Check it out. If you're having things like recurrent headache, it might be that you've got a high blood pressure. A little tablet a day can save you. If you're finding out that you're always going to the toilet to urinate and afterwards you're feeling thirsty, you might have high blood sugar. A little tablet a day can make a big difference. If you're finding out that your heart is beating faster, you're finding out just any changes in your body, feel your body, any changes, please see your doctor. And I'd like to refer you to my sister program, the health program we do with Jane Jack. She's a nurse and she has a program on YouTube, also on CTRIM channel, where she talks about different health conditions, and you know, that program has saved lives. You need to know what to do when someone is, you know, like the other day she talked about someone getting burnt. What do you do when you're at home and say oil splashes on your child or hot water burns them? You know, what do you do if someone is having a stroke? You have to act fast. You know, what do you do if somebody's having a heart attack? If you're alone at home at night and you begin to find out that, you know, you're not breathing well, what do you do? Please, I want to refer you to that program to learn about things to do with your health. These things are very, very important. Since no one else is calling, I'll keep talking. And I'd like to talk about your mental health now. So we've talked about saving money. We've talked about, you know, keeping fit, your physical health, your financial health. And we're going to talk about your mental health now. Mental health matters. It's very, very important that you look after your mental health. What is your mental health? Anything that gets you down, anything that just, you know, makes you feel out of sync. You know yourself when it's not, you're not feeling good, you know, that day. It is your mental health. I just want to read what Dr. Efeomo David is saying. I believe discipline in things that give instant gratification, e.g., food is a yardstick for discipline in other aspects of one's life. Controlling what we eat is challenging but possible. Definitely. I went to the shops with my daughter. Was it yesterday after church or Saturday? I went to the shops with my daughter, and I am very, very addicted to this Burger King Oreo shake. I love it. I love it so much. And I know it's not good for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can have Oreo shake once in a while, but don't make it a habit. And I decided, my daughter was surprised. Mom, you're not going to buy. I said, I'm not going to buy. I tried to control myself, and I didn't give in. So that's where discipline comes in. We'll be talking about discipline. It's very important. Without discipline, you cannot achieve any of your goals. You just have to be disciplined. So thank you very much, Dr. Efeomo David. I will do a month. I'm very, very passionate about mental health because for those of you that don't know, I actually work in a mental health setting. I am an occupational therapist by background, and at the moment I work with adults or older adults from 65 and above who have a mental health condition, including depression, schizophrenia, bipolar. But because of the age group I work in, majority of my patients, 80 to 90% of them, have got dementia. And dementia is the umbrella word for memory problems. And under dementia, we have Lewy body, Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, all types of dementia. And evidence has shown that the risk factor of getting dementia starts with all these things we're talking about getting anxious and depressed. Although age is the greatest risk factor to getting dementia, when people get old, their brain shrinks anyway. But what we're trying to say here is that not taking care of your health, both your physical and mental health, puts you at risk of many, many, many mental health conditions and physical health conditions. So I will dedicate 1 month to talk about mental health. And I'm saying it openly now. I'm going to be begging Dr. Efeomo David, challenging her and begging her and bringing her to the limelight. So please talk to us about our mental health on 2 Minute Sunday. Already she has a program. She and some doctors in Nigeria, they have put programs together already where they are talking about mental health. And they already have topics that are of interest. And I quite like those topics because they actually deal with mental health in Nigeria. So like me, I cannot help my viewers in Nigeria about mental health because it's a completely different kettle of fish. Here in the UK, we have the Mental Health Act. We have systems in place. We have teams in place. We have the teams that see babies to 18-year-old. We have the teams that see 18 to 65, and we have teams like mine that see 65 and above. But in Nigeria, we don't have that. There's a lot of quacks. And one of the programs they've put together already is about quackery in mental health in Nigeria, and this all these beliefs that you have to beat people when they are, when they are mentally ill, and the kind of things that go on. So your mental health is very, 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 very important. Speak to someone. Don't let that depression linger. When you see that you begin to feel low more all the time in many days. So just feeling low one day doesn't mean you have depression. Someone like me, if I wake up and my bank account is not very big as I want it, I will be sad. It doesn't mean I have depression. But when you find out that you're having more sad days, more stressful days, you're becoming snappy, you're becoming anxious, your sleep is affected, you are overeating or undereating, and you begin to see those signs and symptoms that show you that your mental health is not very right, speak to someone. And as a therapist, I like to say it out there that medication is, don't feel that people have this belief that if I go to my GP and say I have a mental health problem, he might put me on some antidepressant medication. No, there are other things that happen. There are therapists, there are counseling sessions, there are the psychologists, psychiatrists. They're all there. They're all there to help us. These things are there. These things are there in place. And talking about mental health, I would like to bring to your notice as well. Producer, can you help me please with the leaflet of the hidden man? Or is it every what Saturday of the month? There's this program that we also run in Christ the Rock International Ministries. It's for men. Men, you need to speak up about your health. It runs in 129 Trafalgar Street, Gillingham, every first Saturday of the month. And what happens in this program is that men can come and get support about their mental health, about domestic violence. Believe it or not, women speak out. They say, oh, my husband beats me, my husband is maltreating me, oh, I'm being emotionally abused. But men too do go through it. If you are a man and you need help, please come. If you are in this part of the world, we have a program. It says The Hidden Truth. It's a new support network for men. If you are in an abusive relationship and you need support, please come. They provide a warm, safe and welcoming environment where you can relax and talk. Drop by for a chat. Every first Saturday of the month, it goes on. If you don't want to say anything, please, you don't have to. If you've gone through it, you can help someone else. Like I say, life is about helping others. The experiences that you have had, I haven't had them. And the ones that I have had, you haven't had them. So we rub each other to support each other to be better people. And that is the whole idea of 1 hour Monday and 2 minute Sundays. So please come and attend the program, The Hidden Truth. So this year we're going to be organizing lots of programs as well in the church that will help people to do things better. So we've talked about savings, we've talked about food, we've talked about taking care of your physical health, we've talked about taking care of your mental health. We're going to talk about taking care of your social health. I know we're talking about resolutions and goal setting, is all part of it. Your social health is very important. Don't spend too much time on Facebook, on social media, please. I heard about a girl who killed herself because of social media. You know, when we were young, if someone bullies you, you come home and say, Mom, Peter bullied me. But these days, it's one Joe Blogs bullying you all the way in Toronto, and you are in London. You can't see the person. And it's 24 hours bullying. And this poor child, a teenager, she killed herself. I even hear that on social media, they have groups where you can, they challenge one another, the teenagers. It was in LBC. For those who listen to LBC, they actually said that they have this page in social media where I found a new way of harming myself, of self-harming. I'm going to take an overdose. I took 5 tablets last night. I'm challenging you. Who's going to dare me and take 6 tablets tonight? Or I cut my wrist very superficially last night. At the weekend, I'm going to make it a little bit deeper. And they actually tell themselves on different ways on how to do things like this. Can you believe it? Moms and dads, sit up, please. We need to do a job. Our children, they are suffering. We need to watch out for these kind of things. When you see changes in your child, so please, social media is a mental illness as far as I'm concerned. Spending so much time on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and everything you have out there. It is good, but you don't have to be on it all day long. So my son told me that, I don't know if it happens in Android phones. I have one, but I'm not on social media that much, so it doesn't apply to me. But my son has an Apple phone, and he told me that he has this thing on his phone that when he has spent 1 hour or 2 hours in a day on social media, it cuts him off and it will not allow him access social media for the rest of that day. He sets it up on his phone. So maybe you guys that are technologically minded know what I'm talking about. You can actually set something on your phone that will stop you from accessing social media more than a certain time of the day. So the last thing I'm going to talk about in my remaining 5 minutes is family values and your Christian life. If you are a Christian, what you believe in. For me, I'm a Christian and I can only talk about what I know. This year we need to be better moms and dads and better siblings and better, in everything you do, your relationship, your roles. Think about your goals around supporting your children more, around spending time, having family time together. Book your spouse a surprise getaway evening, weekend, holiday, whatever you can afford. I'm available for childcare if you give me notice and you don't have any other option, especially if it's babies under 5 months old and you want to go somewhere. Honestly speaking, you need to spend time together, and not just moms and dads, the children as well. Last week I went out with my son, just me and my son. We went out, you know, and I go out with my daughter, and I go out with my husband. That's always happening anyway. My husband and I are always going out. So think about the children as well. Spend more time with the children. Know them, know their friends, know what they're up to. I know we are busy, but set some goals to make your family better. Not just about buying a big house and having a big car, but actually spending quality time with your children. For me, I have only few, and they're very important to me, and I want to give them the best, because the kind of things I hear in today's world, it really scares me. It really does. Moms and dads, I'm pleading, please, we need to. The gang culture happening in the UK, you know, this crime and them killing each other, there's so many things happening. We need to have watchful eyes and catch them young. Catch them young. From when they are babies, begin to instill discipline in them. Mommy Elizabeth Himola says, well done, Sister Edith. More of it, please. Good talk about the saving, and particularly about our health. Yes, these things are all very important. Thank you, Mommy, for taking your time to talk to us. And my darling sister Jane Jack says, well done, Sister Edith. Thank you for tuning in to 1 Hour Monday. We are rounding up now, and I'll be seeing you first Monday of March. Recap of our programs lined up. We have our sister program called Pigeon Health. I don't know what it's exactly called, but it's about health in Pidgin English with Jane Jack. She's a nurse. She has a regular program. Our other sister program is Anything Goes with Chichi Zubi. You have to tune in on a Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. and you will watch Chichi Zubi. The last few weeks she's been talking about friends and how you bring a friend into your house, and a friend that took someone's husband. Is all on YouTube. You can go back and watch previous editions. And please tune in and watch Chichi Zubi every Sunday. She talks about real life events. We also have the one I talked about. It's produced and organized by a company called HACO, Health Action Charity Organization. The Hidden Truth. It's showing on the screen. It's for men, particularly for men. If you're in an abusive relationship and you're not getting any support, please come. Our programs also, we have our coffee mornings on Thursday here in 129 Trafalgar Street, Gillingham, where our old elderly pensioners, our grandmas, grandpa, even with the young ones, we can drop in and we just play with them and spend some time with the old people. Do you know what? I love staying with old people, not in a bad way. I mean the elderly, because they have a lot of wisdom to teach you and to tell you about things that have changed now, and you know, I just really love it. So if you can come on a Thursday. And of course, we have our Valentine's Day program as well coming up. What do women want? What do men want in marriage, in relationship? What do you expect? What are you not getting? What will make your marriage better? What is it exactly that men want? Someone says they want respect and food and probably sex. People say women want money, more money, and even more money. So we have to find out more by hearing a variety of men and women speak on the 16th of February here in Christ the Rock International Ministries, 129 Trafalgar Street, Gillingham. We also talked about the food bank as well. We have a food bank. You don't have to wait for that day. If you need any support with food you genuinely cannot eat, we as a church, we are ready to help you, support you, and give you something that you can at least have a meal. We are here, we are a charity organization. We are here to reach out to as many people as we can. Life is about helping and supporting one another. And finally, don't forget to tune in next first Monday of March. We'll be talking about love. And every Sunday, your favorite program, 2 Minutes Sunday. This is Edith Adebayo loving you, wishing you a blessed and tremendous and fruitful month of February. And I just say thank you for all your support and God bless you.